注意看，中国选手蔡雄雄出国参加比赛，不料竟遭到嚣张老外恶意偷袭，被一拳 KO， 当场倒地不起，而此人却是直接逃离了现场。不料赛事方早在第一时间便封闭了案发现场，并用同样的方式为中国选手讨回了公道。然而，另一名老外还想东施效颦，在发布会现场对中国选手施展下前抱摔，随后更是大放狂言称中国选手太弱小，中国硬汉刘文博丝毫不怂，当场掀翻桌子，想要用自己的重拳好好教训一下这个嚣张老外。
我不能给中国人丢人，我和美国人拼了，我的大命，谁能放过我的命？
本场比赛是为你带来一场非常精彩的中美大战。视频中正在出场的这名选手，便是赛前恶意偷袭的美国选手，来自美国的狂徒桑农里奇，性格十分张扬。不过这一次，他终究是惹到了不该惹的人。废话少说，我们看到比赛已经开始，中国硬汉刘文博二话不说，瞬间冲进对手内围，直接开启真男人之间的对局，完全没有丝毫手软，也没丝毫犹豫，开场即是暴击。
Reminiscent of Gordon the Great.
Oh my
Akiyama
Lord.
Don Fire from Pride FC. Here we are. These two fighting hard. And now they've broken.
But he might have gassed himself out in the first 20 seconds of the fight.
Oh, this is a ridiculous fight. Let's see what happens next. If I was Winbo, I'd be wanting to use my jab to establish the distance. You got to watch out for the karate kicks of Shannon Rich. You've got an excellent bare knuckle karate background and is a third-degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
The way that Lu Wenbo came out, it's like the mind games that Shannon Rich worked because he couldn't wait to get his hands on him. And
刘文博霸气示意对手不要后退，来正面对拼。不过对手却表示我害怕，完全不敢与刘文博在正面拼拳。看来这家伙也是已经意识到，若是正面对拼，自己绝不是对手。不过刘文博还是要小心些，因为对手最擅长的其实是找机会的能力。
Both these fighters taking turns.
nice cover up there by Rich.
Oh, nice forward piece.
Rich is saying, let's stand in the middle and let's get it on.
Inside low kick lands for Winbo. Outside low kick lands for Shannon.
Definitely the height and reach, and definitely the bigger man is Lu Wenbo. Light heavyweight contest scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds.
That's the second check hook that's landed for Shannon Rich. That's something I recommend he keeps doing.
桑农里奇一记下前抱摔成功，将刘文博带入地面，刘文博陷入劣势。这个位置若是不能及时挣脱，将很可能会影响到后面的比赛局势。不过对手的压制十分凶悍，完全没打算给刘文博半点机会。现在就看刘文博的个人能力怎样了。若是挣脱不开，那就没什么办法。
He took him down.
That's right. Winbo, one thing about him, he's very strong and he's very tough. He will not give up without a fight. That's exactly what he's giving Shannon. He doesn't have the greatest ground technique, but he also is very strong and he can stand up out from under just about anyone. Shannon's already opened up a huge cut.
Elbows coming down. This is close.
The question is whether or not that cut is over or below the eye. If it's over the eye, this fight could be almost over.
Wow. Massive cut. Opened up by Shannon Rich on Lu Wenbo. Lu Wenbo's in a world of hurt here.
Lu Wenbo did a good job getting on his side. He's got the underhook, but he's got to shrimp out a bit more before he can get to his knees and stand. And he does exactly that.
Oh, he's getting back to the feet. The crowd is going crazy here in Shenzhen for Rebel FC.
裁判急忙暂停比赛，因为刘文博的出血量过于严重，现场医护人员也是急忙冲上擂台为其处理伤势。不料刘文博却是霸气地表示：“真男人出点血没什么。”处理完，赶紧继续进行比赛，不要影响到自己打拳，更不要影响到自己教训嚣张的外国佬。不得不说，刘文博将大将风范体现得淋漓尽致。
And if he loses that fight, that's what I think a lot of people are going to focus on, the start of the fight.
Yeah, the very beginning of a fight makes a big difference. It can set the tone for the entire rest of the match. It looks like that cut is right on the inside of the eyebrow, but it doesn't seem to be inhibiting the vision of Winbo. This fight will continue. But expect Shannon to try to open up more cuts just like that if he gets Winbo down on the ground. His superior ground game is what he's going to use to take advantage of that.
Well, I expect Shannon Rich to try and get it back down again, and Lu Wenbo trying to keep it on the feet. He's going at him after a little bit of a breather. Thanks.
桑农里奇还想再次将刘文博带入到地面对决，不料此时的刘文博已经做好了十足的准备。 看上去是不小心被对手给带入到了地面，实则其实是刘文博打算从地面劣势转入优势，从而一举击溃对手，让其再也无法逃脱。
He's maintaining head control. He's throwing some strikes. He needs to get his back off of the ground if he's going to be able to get out from under here, though.
What do you think of the cut, David, in a bad position?
Well, it depends. I mean, if he stays on his back, the blood, and it continues to bleed, the blood will run into his eye and inhibit his vision. Here he is, getting off his back. He's got his back on the cage now, which is better than his back on the wall, on the ground. But Shannon is looking to take the back at this point. Winbo should keep his back on the cage. He does not. And Shannon's on his back now, looking to maintain. Look for Shannon to look to sink the hooks as long as.
刘文博凭借一个翻身成功拿到优势位置，随后便打算用自己的重拳将对手强势终结，完全没有丝毫犹豫，也没有丝毫的留手。刘文博的实力毋庸置疑。最后裁判也是将终止比赛，让我们恭喜刘文博，这个表现实在太精彩了。那么本期视频到这里就结束了，观众朋友们，我们下期再见。